Hallelujah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. I feel like dancing all through. It's a very wonderful day here in the UK. It's sunshine and the weather is very, very good for us. We've been enjoying the lovely weather. We're going to enjoy it for the whole week. So I just feel so happy. Everything around me feels so happy today. Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing? How was your day today? How is work? How you not deal with my market people? How is everything going? How are we doing? It's another wonderful Monday. It's another time in His presence. There is a fullness joy in the presence of the Lord, and you are the only one that can make yourself happy. So if you've not joined us dancing, I will still play that tape while we continue to share on your page, share on your WhatsApp group, share on your story. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's going to be awesome. It's another wonderful section that we call Life Beyond the Church Wall, where we get to discuss about our marriages, we talk about our family, we talk about our children, we talk about businesses, and we talk about lifestyle. So please share, shout out, To my people is here. Shout out to my personal person, Engineer Oladayo Gabriel. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, Yanu Loruko Baba. Oh, my princess. Thank you so much, Minister Temilade Odeyemi. Temi Praise. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining us. So share. Let's enjoy our sister Apekiola a little bit. I've been listening to that song all morning and I've been blessed. So let's start the music. Father. Mo dá ọpẹ́ padà, sọ́dọ̀ ẹni tó lọ́pẹ́. Mo dá ọpẹ́ padà, sọ́dọ̀ ẹni tó lọ́pẹ́. Ẹni tó lọ́pẹ́ mi. Sọ́dọ̀ ẹni tó lọ́pẹ́, mo dá ọpẹ́ padà. Sọ́dọ̀ ẹni tó. Keep sharing. It's going to be awesome tonight. Ó tóbi, Olúwa mi ẹ tóbi, ẹ pé mi, kò sẹ́ni mo lè fi ṣàkàwé rẹ̀ o, ẹ pé mi, kò sẹ́ni mo lè fi ṣàfiwé rẹ̀ o, ẹ pé mi, Olúwa. Ó tóbi, ó tóbi, ó tóbi. Olúwa ẹ pé mi, ẹ pé mi. Kò sẹ́ni mo lè fi ṣàfiwé rẹ̀ o, ẹ pé mi. Kò sẹ́ni mo lè fi ṣàfiwé rẹ̀ o, ẹ pé mi, Olúwa. God is so good. Don't let me just take our time. It's a wonderful moment this Monday. It's a very crucial Monday. And I would like us to be patient and join. Oh my goodness. Shout out to my brother Onola Ojo. Thank you so much for joining us. Rafemito, thank you so much for joining us. I do appreciate. Please, tonight is going to be an important topic. It is very, very important that we are here. Please, if you are with your partner, make sure your partner is watching with us. Because tonight is going to be a beginning of a series. It's going to be a series because this topic we are going to be talking about tonight is a very big topic and it's very important and crucial in our marriage. There is a statistic that almost every marriage will pass through one or two in this topic we are talking about. So tonight I want you to sit down so we can learn. Sometimes we don't know what we are doing when we are doing things. And we don't know how our partner feel when we do something. Tonight, we are going to be talking about abuse. I've been trying to avoid this topic for a very long time, especially regarding the things that is happening when we hear about Oshinashi. That was when I want us to talk about it. But I have to put it on the hold because there's a lot of things going on around that time. So tonight, please make sure you join all this series. Make sure you finish all this series with us. So tonight we want to talk about abuse. We're going to start a series called Abuse. We're going to be talking about introduction. We're going to introduce abuse. What is abuse? What do we talk abuse? Sometimes you can be ignorant. When they say you are illiterate, that doesn't mean you don't go to school. That means that you don't know some things that you're supposed to do to know. There are people that do things in the wrong way and they thought they are doing the right thing. When Paul was persecuting the Christian, he was doing it with passion because he thought he was doing the good thing until he has an encounter on the way to Damascus. Today, as you know, I'm not alone. And with our wonderful sister, I am here with the visionary of Women of Great Virtues. If you've not joined them on Facebook, go and join them. Always pray every Friday. And we have a WhatsApp group for them. I'm here with the visionary of Women of Great Virtue. People of God, help me welcome Sister Tony Olahoye to our meet. Thank you so much for joining us, ma. I am coming straight to you, ma. You know, the topic is so wonderful and it's so very crucial. What is abuse? What is abuse? How can what can we say when they say the word abuse? When somebody say abuse, what does it mean, ma?
Good evening, ma. Good evening, everyone. It's so good to be here again. I hope everyone is doing fine. We thank God for the grace to witness another beautiful Monday. When we talk about abuse, abuse can simply means lack of boundaries. You know, when we don't, when we have high tolerance to things, you know, when we cannot when we let me just say lack of boundaries, when we take things beyond the way it's supposed to be. That's just the summarized meaning of abuse. Do I really nail it, ma?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that definition. Thank you so much. God bless you, ma. I quickly want to go to the dictionary meaning of abuse so that we can break it from there. Then we go to the word abuse in marriage. The dictionary said in the proper way, it said use something to bad effect or for a bad purpose. Misuse the judge abuse his power by imposing the fines. Judge abused his power by imposing the fines. And another one said treat with cruelty or violence, especially regular or repeatedly. Rider who abuse their horse should be prosecuted. Another one said the improper use of something. The improper use of something. That's called this one make an example of alcohol abuse when you are addicted to alcohol. Another one said cruel and foul treatment of person or animal. And another example is a black eye and other sign of physical abuse. So that is the meaning of abuse. That's what the dictionary says abuse is. So tonight, so that I like Sister Tony said, and I'm adding to what Sister Tony said that we could abuse all these big grammar. It's not me that writes it. Oh, I was looking in the dictionary. All this big grammar that the dictionary put together. All I say is bad effect or bad misuse of power, of purpose, of things. When we misuse it, there's a lot of things we misuse. So when we misuse our words, our power, our strength, our position, our our ability, a lot of things that we misuse in our marriage. So abuse in marriage totally means misuse of things. I'm not going to say power alone, misuse of things. Because if I say power alone, that means we are saying one is more superior than other. And here, marriage is a union of two adults. They are both important, though the institution, God gave us our husband as our head, but that does not make the woman inferior to the man. So we are both working together in the purpose of making our marriage a better institution. So that is what I'll say abuse. So, Sister Tony, with all these things, when we were preparing for this, I said marriage is a very sweet institution. We can agree to make it a very bed of roses. That doesn't mean we will not have misunderstanding. That doesn't mean we will not quarrel with each other. Abuse is not when we have like misunderstanding or argument. No, that was that the abuse is the misunderstanding is the level that the misunderstanding goes to that will determine if you are being abused or not. But having misunderstanding, having to communicate on some things, maybe we don't go along, we don't agree in one decision, doesn't mean we are being abused. So abuse in marriage, when they say maltreating, I thought marriage is a bed of roses where husband and wife, with the way we see 5 and 6, if you was get me my lover in my country, all those things, all the roses, all the candles light, all the kneeling down in the beginning, will you marry me? All those things. That is how I think marriage should be. But when we are talking, when I was now saying abuse in marriage, is it possible? Is it possible? Do we experience, do you think, Satoyi, what did you think we experience abuse in marriage?
abuse in marriage is no more a stranger. We experience abuse in marriage, and sometimes I think the reason why most people think that there is no, I don't believe there is anyone that will say there is no abuse in marriage. Let me put it like, okay, you can say you don't. Sometimes we live in denial. We don't want to accept it as an abuse because of maybe some situation or condition that surrounds it. And like I said earlier, that abuse is, let's say, when something is out of boundaries, when something starts like joke, and then it's becoming something that is now affecting self-confidence, affecting your ability to trust, is affecting your self-respect, is affecting you mentally. You are now living in shadow of yourself. Then you are now, we can summarize it that this person is being abused. Sometimes I find myself in some places where I've seen, husband and wife, and I've seen the way the husband talks to the woman, and I could see the reaction, you know, and I've been opportune to be in one-on-one discussion with the woman who doesn't see it as an abuse. So to that person, if you ask her, she might tell you there is nothing like abuse. It's just you guys just need to understand each other. Like they used to say that he who wears a shoe know where it pinches. But the truth still lies that there is abuse is an abuse. And once someone is being abused in marriage, he or she should admit that she's going through an abusive marriage. But doesn't mean that should lead to divorce or should lead to separation. There are so many things one can do, to rectify it. But to say there is no abuse in marriage when there is, I don't think that is that's old enough. Abuse is no stranger in marriage. Sometimes we are being abused by our husbands. Sometimes husbands are being abused by their wives, but they don't see it as abuse because they choose not to believe it as an abuse. But whether we like it or not, the moment it starts to affect the mental capability, it starts to affect self-defense, starts to affect you are losing your self-confidence, you are losing the trust, you are losing your own self-respect, then it's nothing but an abuse, whether we agree or we don't.
Thank you, ma. Let's quickly call 500 Naira Glow card. 500 Naira Glow card 275029 424246 Glow card 275029 424246 Best of luck if you want it. So, Stephanie, why I put that question to you, that is there anything like abuse in marriage is, I have heard a lot, especially with marriage in diaspora, when either wife or husband said that I've been abused, then the either party quickly make a judgment that all the things our mothers pass through, is it not the things our fathers endure? Is it not the way that makes their marriage long? These women are being feminists. That's the word they use. Women are being feminists. There's nothing like abuse in marriage. That is the words that we hear over and over. By the grace of God, I'm privileged to have listened to women's story coming to me, having rapport to see what most of them are passing through in their marriages. And we can see that at the end of the day, even you that they are talking to, that this person is being abused. But they have, like you said, they've make him or her feel like he or she is the one doing the wrong things, whereas he's being abused by saying that this is what our culture said. This is because you are too exposed. Oh, is it because you are in the UK or in Canada or in America, or is it because you are being feminist? Is it because the way do this career women of this generation do? All such of a thing that we hear, and that's why I am asking that, do we have, maybe maybe they are real? Because to be honest with you, some of our parents passed through this.
Yeah, true. That's right. That's right. Yeah, you are very correct, ma. Then we don't, our parents, this world we are now is revolving. Everything is changing. We are moving to technology age now. Everything is being, we are migrating to, online, and everything now is now being done. Same thing goes, into relationship, marriages, and all that. Then our parents, they may not see it as abuse. They have this mentality that men is the head of the home. Yes, Bible also confirmed that yes, our husband is the man, is the head of the home. But what they do not really put, really emphasize on is the way that the woman is being treated in that home, right? If we are saying a man is the head of the home, then women, God just created us to be their helpmates, But these days we are seeing it that men, apart from they want to be the head of that home, and at the same time they want the woman to be doing everything a man should do. If a man wants to be the head of the home, then he should be able to do everything, and then the woman will just be supporting in terms of idea. Oh yes, the way you have put it, oh it's nice, why can't you just adjust it this way? That's what we should be doing. Men should be able to go out, bring food, we should just cook and give it to them. Men should be able to do this. But these days men want everything to be done, if not 50-50, then 60-40 or 70-30. Why? They take the 30% and the woman do the 70. That is the world we are living in now. Men in those days, our forefathers, they go to farm. They will go to farm. They will bring farm produce home for the woman to cook. And because in fact, if I want to look at it very well, the way you have said it, I realize that even then, our forefathers with our mothers, our mothers, then they were all, they all go to farm together. They do the farming, they bring the produce home, they cook. They were living happy. They, before you can, and then there's high level of tolerance. There's high level of tolerance then than now. If they can't afford to send their children to school, they go to farm with them. These days now, children, if you really want your child to be up there, then you have to invest in their education, right? So the two different, the way our forefathers treat, they treat, the way our mothers were being treated then is quite different from the way we are being treated. And it's the truth. If you see people, especially if you see men who are abusive, who are abusing their women, they are the ones to quick talk about forefathers. And if you see women who are abusers as well, who abuse their husband, because it's not only men that abuse. You will see them, they will quickly make reference to, what happened then. So we should not mix it together. The way they are being, the way they run the marriages, the way they run relationship then is quite different from what we are seeing now. It's quite different, totally different. Totally different. They live in understanding. They work hand in hand. They live according to the Bible. And let's not sweep it under the carpet. Abuse to happen then. They used to abuse their women. Men then, they used to abuse their women. They abuse them they emotionally, because then men would tell their wife that I can marry as many wives as I want. They can marry 5 wives, and the children will be living together. That is where all these things generated from. But then they don't see it as abuse. They see it as their way of life. They see it as culture. So when we look at it now, the way things are then, is it the way things are now? If you want to have 5 wives these days, you know that your bank account should be smiling. Not only smiling, should be laughing seriously. It's true, because wife doesn't just come easy like that. Wife come with expenses. Then you have to be ready to, you need to be financial, except for those irresponsible ones that jump from one woman to another. But then our forefathers they don't jump around, they're doing meet me at the corner. They bring the woman home. and then the woman will join them. They will go to farm together. They will go to farm together. And where jealous setting is when one children is not thriving more than the other one, all those things will happen. And then the husband will have to be settling the issue and all that. But then those women, they are being, emotionally abused, because when you need your husband, he may not be there, maybe with the other woman, but they don't see it as abuse. But thank God for the life we are living now. We now have what we call abuse. Our eyes are now opened. We can now tell the difference that yes, this thing is not right. Then they don't know. Now we know. Our eyes are open now. The children they are giving birth to, those days, 3 days, 5 days before naming, they are still closing their eyes. They don't open eyes. So why can't we query the children too, that why are you those babies now? Why can't we query them now, that why is it that the moment they came out from the mother's they already opened their eyes looking at what happened, that nobody should come and but then the children will just the baby will just sleep peacefully until maybe once in a while before the naming day. We just see them, everybody will shout, hey, the baby has opened eyes, because their eyes were not opened. Remember Adam and Eve, it was when they ate from the forbidden fruit, that was when their eyes opened. Not that their eyes was closed, but what the Bible meant was then was that they don't know what is bad from what is good. So the same thing now, we cannot say abuse does not. Are we saying that the fruit that Eve ate from was not in existence before Satan deceived? It was in existence, but they were not. God had warned them, don't eat from this fruit, don't eat from that. That's what they believe. Same thing with our forefathers. They just believe it's culture. But when their eyes opened, when our eyes opened, we now see that no, this thing cannot continue like this. A lot of women, a lot of our mothers died those periods. Some maybe during childbirth. Maybe some of them, maybe it's even preeclampsia that killed them, out of thinking that, oh, why would my husband do this? But she had to just accept, because it's a culture. So now our eyes have opened. We have seen a lot of things. Then when someone died, they will say, oh, it was an attack. Now we know that not everything is an attack. Cancer is we are all forms of cancer. More then, if anything happened to anybody, then if it was cancer, they will say, oh, it was an attack. It was an attack. Somebody killed, somebody that. So now we know better. The same way we know better, the same way Healthline is progressing. They are doing research, they are doing this. People are getting to know better and better and better. Same thing with relationships, same thing with marriage. Abuse existed then, it's just that their eyes were not opened. Our eyes are open now.
So what make our eyes open? Let me quickly call MTN card before I see what I want to say, because I have a lot for you tonight. You've opened a lot of type of questions. Right, MTN card, are we ready? 2634 651 7327 099886. 5 for Naira MTN card. 2634 651 7327 099886. Best of luck. Yeah, Brafemi don't want the other one. Oh yeah, OSC. Yeah, good evening, my brother. Please share. Share is getting out. To be honest, it's a very important topic that it's not funny, but in as much as we want us to be laughing on the show, but this is one of the crucial topic that we need to talk about, because obviously is going on. Those that are not talking now are either enduring it because of their children. So, and as Sister Toyin said as well, maybe their eyes is still closed. Yeah. But to be honest with you, man, when we talk about, I see a lot of things that I see the way people think about it, and that's why I was asking you that they will tell you your parents, and obviously not only telling you about our parents alone, especially as a child of God, as a Christian, there is this standard of living that people want you to live. There's this standard of belief. They don't want you as a child of God to come and say that I'm being abused in my marriage. And also men, a lot of men are being abused. But because how can I come out as a man, the head of the house, to come and say I've been abused? And a lot of men have died as well. In as much as we have a lot of women that have died, we have a lot of men as well that has died because of abuse. Because before you know it, their blood pressure started rising because the peak is even. I don't know in those days it's even too easy. Probably I would say why I said it's too easy, certainly, is that we have an institution that work around a family, a home to be strong. Like families, when there's something in the house, maybe there's a quarrel or anything is going on, and the family is here about, you will just see them early in the morning meeting to sort things out, here, there, and then. Though sometimes some people might be biased or not, but either we like it or not, that has saved a lot of marriages in the olden days. But I see that nowadays we are losing our family value, because one thing we don't understand is your abuser will make sure you don't talk to anybody so that he or she will not be exposed. That's just my own opinion, so that they can keep abusing you the more, so that they will be making you feel less of yourself, as we rightly sell the meaning of abuse and how we can be abused. So in those days, family will come, society, church, there's a respect for pastor then. Not like this generation that we don't have any regard for man of God. Not like this generation that we don't have regard for our father. Not like this generation that even they are bodies, they have their own way of doing. People that believe in them, they still solve issues for them then. So even when they are being abused because of what my pastor would say, not only culture, not only because they don't have options, then I was telling somebody, I said, we are now hearing about abuse more now, because thank goodness women are now having jobs. Because when you know that if you say that this man is abusing you, you want to run away, or this woman is abusing you. Anyway, it's more common that men look after their family. They're not like this our generation. This man is abusing you, you want to run, but when you remember he's the one paying the school fees of your sister. Your brother is at work, he's the one looking after them. Your parent is the one looking after them. You yourself is the one looking after you, your children. So if anything happens, there's not even anywhere to go, because all of your body is on the map. So and the man as well as know that you are not, you could not watch anything. If I remove my mister, like I love to mention what Mama Adejuma, I love that woman. What Mama Adejuma always said, when they remove Mrs. from your name, what is left is your worth. It's what you want. So when they remove Mrs. and you are now back to your whole name, what is your worth? But when they know that there's no worth, there are children. So that's then they say their eyes are closed. Obviously, I still take it as if it's not that their eyes are closed, but they know that we now know there is a better way of handling abuse than how it used to be in the olden days. There are better way of handling abuse than how it used to be in the olden days. A lot of things are happening. In the olden days, if you leave your parents' house and come back, it's a taboo. It's a cause. They don't even want to know if you are being battered or doing things to in your husband's house. You have to stay there. And abuse, when we say abuse in marriage, abuse is in everywhere. It's not only in marriage. Abuse is that you can face abuse at work, with friends, with anything. But today is because we are talking about abuse in marriage. In marriage, that's why we are going that way. So I want us to take this. Sister Tonya mentioned it earlier as well, that abuse is two-way. It's vice versa. A man can be abused and a woman can be abused. So a woman can abuse the husband and the husband can abuse the wife. How can we know we've been abused? Because some people, they don't know.
Thank you, Ma. We can know, like I said earlier, that when you begin to lose self-respect for yourself, when you begin to challenge your own mental stability, when you begin to lose confidence, when you don't, like you have said earlier, my life, The abuser will always look for a way to cut you off the channel of people that are supporting you, your families, your friends. They don't want you to talk to anybody in the church. They don't want you to keep friends. When an abuser see you holding phone, that's a problem. When they see you going out on your own, you have to take permission before you do anything. Your opinion does not count. And when you yourself, you may not know that it's an abuse, because most of these abusers, they come in such a way that you will feel like they are on your side. They come in such a way that you will feel that he loves me. That's why he loves me. He loves me. They will make you feel like you are the one abusing them. The way they will do it, you will feel like you are whatever you do will not be satisfactory enough. If you dress, they will question it. If you cook, they will question it. If you go out, they will question it. Whatever you do does not go well with them, and you cannot take decision on your own. You have to seek their permission. So when all these things are happening and you are beginning to lose your own self esteem, you don't even know who you are anymore, then you are in an abusive relationship. You are being abused, because marriage is meant to enjoy. You are not there to go and, you are not there to as a slave. I used to say to myself, and I used to ask people, like, before you got married, who are you? If you are not in that marriage and you look back and you can't find yourself again, then there is something wrong. The fact that I bear Tony Olufunmilayo when I was still single, and now I am Mrs. Olaoye. If I look back, I should be able to see that Tony Olufunmilayo. I should be able to, put the two together and say, yes, I'm moving forward. But if you look back and you see, the Tony you saw, then is now different from what you are seeing now. You are now living in shadow of yourself. My sister, you are being abused. Same thing goes with a man that is going home and the heart is pounding, like, oh, I don't know what I will meet at home today. Marriage should be something like, I'm going home to meet my wife. I'm going home to meet my husband. Oh, you should be missing me now. Or even before you get home, a lot of calls have come in. Where are you? Are you almost home? We are missing you already. Guess what? We are cooking now. Oh, we are not going to let you. Even right in the car, the man is already, perceiving the odor of what you are cooking. That is a very seamless, loving marriage. That if the children in that marriage, you just see that children, going, having a very focused lifestyle. Such children, they turn out to be better. They turn out to be better. But when you look at yourself, your husband is coming downstairs, or your wife you heard the voice of your wife, and what came out of your heart is like the 10-story buildings. Like, this woman is coming again. I don't know what she's going to say. There are some men that are very timid, that they don't talk. They don't talk. And we have women that their mouth is like typewriter. They will use that mouth to run you down. They will remind that man of where he was before. Maybe at some point they've helped that man in one way or the other. They will use it to abuse him. How they brought that man out, how they connected that man to where he's working now, how they've been the one working when the man was not working, how they have been providing. They will bring the man ego down, they will bring his self-esteem down. And that is why you see men, they easily fall into having an affair outside, because they want a woman that will listen to them. But unfortunately, when a man is in an abusive marriage, the woman don't listen. That's when you see the woman, they will just cross their leg and then they will be ordering the man around, simply because the man is maybe that type of a person that is timid, that doesn't like problem, doesn't want issues. And then you see, because you can talk, because you can do anything, because you have sharp mind, they will just be talking to you. I have been to about 6, 7, 8 years ago. I used to do home services. I've been to a family that when the woman was talking, my bum melted. As in, I couldn't feel my bum again. I couldn't feel my bum. I was praying so hard that God, let the time come that the woman will just calm down. I will do whatever I will do, and then just, get out of this house. The way the woman was talking to that man, I almost said, Madam, but I now remember that my money, I travel all the way. Tell me, if that man is the type that, goes out, and I now opportune to meet him somewhere else, and I'm not a believer, or let's say I'm looking for a man, and I've seen the way the woman treated him, or even let's say I did not even witness whatever that happened. Maybe me and the man just happened to meet somewhere, and we are talking, and he could see the way I've been, I'm lively around him. I listen to him, I advise him. The man will be, looking for a way to have more meetings with me. And before you know it, it can end up in an affair. And then the woman will start shouting, I'm being abused, emotional abuse, There is no way when your sanity is being questioned in that marriage, check. If that thing is coming from your wife, you are being abused. But sometimes you may be abused at the place of work. It might be your boss, but because we cap it, we are talking about marriage now. When your sanity is being challenged, when you are losing your self-confidence, when you cannot even recognize who you are anymore, when you have lost respect, you have lost trust, when they ask you who are you, you can't even say anything about yourself again. You are definitely being abused. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Let's quickly do another glow card, 500 naira glow card, 275029 448447133. 275029 448447133. Best of luck. Shout out to my sister Victoria. Thank you for joining us. Oh, amen. Princess Temilade Odeyemi says, God bless you, ma. Amen. So, our mommy is there. Thank you so much, Sister Monica. Good evening, ma. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. This word of abuse, that's why we say we have to make it serious. We have to make it serious. And I'm so glad the way you break it down, how you can know that you've been abused in your marriage. Because some people, they don't know. And they are dying. They feel the pain. They are dying, but they don't know what is happening. And to make it worse, they could not eat again. They started marathon fasting and prayer. And they started a lot of things. I love prayer. Prayer do work. But a lot of things that if you want to use medication, you have to know what is happening to you. What type of medication will you use? I cannot, because I have headache now, I'll go and take medication for low high blood, high sugar. It's different from each other. I need to know what is happening to me. So a lot of people, they don't even know. They don't even know what is, because especially we that came from Africa, because our culture has presented something to us that is, most of it are not real. Yes, most of it. I'm not afraid of being attacked on this. Most of them are not real. How can you tell a man that to live his life maybe 30 years with his parents, seeing his dad beating his mom, seeing his dad shouting at his mom? How now can you tell him when he's married that habit is not good? No, it's only the Holy Spirit that can take it away from him. A lot of things are happening. So the way we condition, the way it gets so worse that the way we condition things, especially to a female girl, this is not being it's not being an activist or being a feminist, or what did you call it? No, but there are some things, because I have a female girl. There are some things I know that I don't want her to pass through. Thank God I never witnessed a lot of things with my parents. but I've seen people with experience that talk to me about being abused. So then our parents, they might not know, maybe because our culture have conditioned that if your husband, if you want to give your husband food, you have to go on your 2 knees and serve your husband food. So you take, we call something the water to wash your hand, right? It's not like UK that there is sink. You can just go and wash your hand in sink. So you put the water in a bowl.
It's a lie. Oh. People who are going through abuse in UK, they actually practice that, ma. They actually do. Yes. Yes, I have seen. Yes.
You put water in a bowl, let your husband, if your husband is not finishing washing his hand, you cannot put that bowl down. And you have to carry food. You don't have to eat, so you just be monitoring your husband. When your husband finish eating, then you will now remember you want to eat. You pack the plate, you pack the water, all those things. It's good, it's romantic if you want to say it. But to be honest, in this, the mistake we have is there's a bridge. Also, by the grace of God, I was talking to a woman 3 days ago. I was saying that there is a bridge that we've not met. What is the bridge? The generation of our parents and our generation. Unfortunately, they are not assembled. No, they didn't assemble to each other. Generation after us as well are not assembled. There is a bridge in between, a very deep bridge that needs either you put a plank or you mold a bridge to meet. But the problem we have is we leave the bridge, we still want to live, we want to live in generation of our parents, at the same time fulfilling our generation. But there is a bridge that is making it very, very difficult. Yes, there's a lot of divorces, there's a lot of separation in this world, but there's a lot of things we are not taking into account. Like Sister Tony said earlier, the belief, the bridge is the husband has to provide everything, including the woman pint and bra in the old generation. But in this our generation, you will just kill your husband of high blood pressure if you want him to carry all the luggage. But in this generation, you go to work, I go to work. In my parents' generation, rather, though my mom is a career woman, so maybe I should use my grandparents. I'm not so sure, but I will just use, when I'm saying generation, my mom work, my dad work. So my case is a bit, I don't know. It's in a generation of our parents. We see them, the husband go to work, come back, the work of the woman is in the house. And that is when we condition the brain of a woman to be the one that should cook. We make it their job to cook, to clean the house is their job, to wash the plate, to look after children. When I still go to Nigeria last year, I still see somebody shout, "What come and take your child, come and take," and I say, what? In this generation, it's our child. It's not that the woman is busy. What takes you to look after is our child. So there is this bridge that we are not ready to because this topic is going to be a series, but if we don't break this aspect very, very well, we won't be able to understand a lot of things we want to talk about. I'm still coming to Sister Tony, but let me just finish my analysis that I used last couple of days. So the bridge is when our father comes back, maybe the car horns, he came back, sat down, maybe rather have shower or not have shower, sat down in the sitting room with newspaper or watching TV, while the woman is cooking, he's serving, he's doing anything. It's okay because that is their own job. But this generation, when you go to work, the husband go to work, we both came back tired because in some places it's hectic, especially if you work in Lagos, where you will be in traffic for the major of the day. Then you are just tired, you come back. Or in this part of the world, when they say you are working 6 hours, that 6 hours you are actually working. You are actually working. It's not that you go there to play. So you came back tired, but maybe the husband came back first. And the husband did not look at, let me plug a water. It's not that cooking. Let me plug water in the kitchen to make it easy for my wife when she come back to be able to cook. And now, All these things are the bridges that we have that we've not made. And this will always result to an abuse. Either we like it or not. Either we like it or not, it will result to an abuse. Yes, I have seen somebody, I have seen, even in this UK, I have seen a family that husband will do night shift. And the wife will not allow the man to sleep when he come back, because the man has to do all the, at the end of the day, it's 3 p.m., it's another school run. And the man is dying. He's abused. He is being abused. And do you both come from work? You don't even think you can help the woman in the kitchen. You want fresh soup. You want fresh things. You can't eat from the freezer. It must be your wife that cook. In this part of the world, we don't use house girl. Not everybody has money to take Nina for once in a week. Talk less of every day. We do our everything ourselves. So the word abuse is a bridge. So Sister Tonya, I'm talking. I want to, because I think if we don't address that bridge to talk about abuse, effect, and the solution of abuse, it will be very, very, very difficult. It will be very, very, how can we make that bridge in between us, our generation, our parents' generation, and the generation to come?
Thank you, ma. You have said a lot. You have said a lot, and I've really, really learned a lot from what you said. But like you have said that some the children that watch their parents being abused, they don't, when they get married as well, they exhibit that character. I will say in that area, but because sometimes, like we have said, that the parents, our parents, then they live in denial. They don't see it as abuse. They don't see it as abuse. All they know is that they will just, even if you go back to them and tell them, my husband did this, my husband did that, they will say, you are not patient enough. He's patient. They used to stay in husband house. They've so tagged men in such a way that after God, they are the one you must worship. Whatever your husband tells you to do is what you must do. Don't quote me wrong. I'm not saying that our husband is not our head, but Bible says, husband loves your wife as Christ loved the church. And the Bible says, for God so loved the world, as his only begotten son came to this world to do what? To die. He died for us. Can you point out a husband that will voluntarily come out and say, take me and kill me for the sake of my wife? At least I've watched a movie where some robbers, they pointed a gun at the man and said, pick between you and your wife, who should like you? I said, my wife, my wife, my wife. Who wants to die? So to build, to bridge the bridge, as you have asked, I would say seminar. The orientation needs to be reset. We are not living in that olden days anymore. Things that happened then is now not what is happening now. Like we have said, then there was love, unconditional love. When the man is out in the farm working, the woman is at home fetching water, cooking. When the man, came back from work with farm produce, they all sat down together, forming a round thing. They will eat from the same plate. They will discuss. As they are eating, they are discussing. If you are familiar with those people living in the village, you will see as they are eating, they are discussing. They are talking about what happened. There is nothing like, I don't want my wife to know how much I have in my account, because the moment she know what inflows I'm having now, she'll start placing demand. And like you have said, men, that when the woman gave birth, they will say, come and take your child. It's so common. It's so common that I don't even know what to, maybe we'll start doing fasting and prayer about that thing, because that statement used to irritate me. I'm so sorry, maybe because I don't really experience it. That statement used to pain me that, okay, I've carried the baby for good 10 months in my incubator, and then I gave the baby, I gave birth to the baby. The baby doesn't bear my father's name. The baby bears your family's name, and you are still saying, come and carry your baby. So what do you want to do? You will sit down in the sitting room, you'll be watching TV, you know everything that goes on. you are updated with the news and all that, and then I'll be in the kitchen cooking. At the same time, I will go to work. At the same time, I will clean. Like I used to say, I've witnessed a lot of women who have sadly passed on. And after they passed on, the man tried to do what those people were doing before they died. They couldn't. And then they ended up hiring a maid that will get it done for them. And then I kept wondering, why didn't you get that maid when that woman was alive? I knew of a woman who was seriously sick. She was seriously sick, and the man was still telling her to go to work. The woman had to call my husband to please look for a work for her. And we all knew that this man doesn't have the strength. Even to do 2 hours a day, she could not do. Eventually, she died. You know what happened when she died? The man applied for benefits. So who lost? The woman. So how we say, even if we find ourselves in a marriage where a man is trying to bring part of what is happening then into what is happening now, we should encourage each other to attend different marriage seminars, because that is where we get real. We get real. Like Life Beyond Church Wall. I know that a time is coming where we have physical seminar. Thank God the restriction have been lifted, where we have group of women. They will invite their husband. We have a round table, we have a round table dinner. And then because when questions are flowing, people who are in that abusive relationship, their eyes will be open. Like I said earlier, sometimes they don't even know they are abusing their wife. Sometimes the wife don't know she's abusing the husband. It is as a result of the way he or she grew up, what she saw. She has seen it as a norms. After all, my mom happened to be the one, commanding my dad. My mom told my dad what he should do. Why can't I do the same? Unfortunately, the woman, had failed to tell the girl that no, what works for you may not work for me. Some men, even when they are being abused, even when people can see that this is abuse, they don't see it like that. Some men, they are even the ones self-inflicting abuse on them. Because I've seen situations where a woman is ready to do school run, is ready to do this. The man will say, don't worry. Insecurity. I don't want my wife to go out. She's too fine. I don't want people to look at her. So don't worry. Just stay at home. Let me do the runs. Don't worry, what do you want to buy? I've seen a man that will get to town. He's coming from work, and when he will call the wife. What did you say you need in the house? And then the woman just feels useless. The woman feels useless because the man will buy tomato, will buy fish, will buy Maggi, will buy everything, will buy oil, will buy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's wrong. My husband does it for me, and I so much appreciate him. But when he doesn't want to do, you won't see me say pim. Because I know it's my responsibility. Whatever he does is just helping me. But we have seen some men that they have taken it as their duty. They do everything all around. But when outsiders see them, they will say, oh, you are being abused. But no, some of them are self-inflicting abuse. Women too does it. Women with mentality that, oh, my husband is the head of the home. I must be the one. I saw a post on social media where a woman posted, things like, oh, my husband, and every time, okay, that our in-law came, and I think they were of the same age, like that. And then when she came, or maybe he or she came, anytime they eat, she's living with them. Like my husband, younger one, came around, he comes around now, and they are living with me. Maybe they come to live with me like 6 months, or not just a 3-day thing, right? And anytime they eat, right, they'll put the plate there for the wife to come and pack. The woman will serve them. The woman will go and pack the plate. They will not do anything. Once they wake up in the morning, they will just go and sit down in the sitting room, gisting with their brother. Or if their brother is not around, they are busy playing games or watching. And that woman came to social media and said whatever she wasn't happy with it and all that. And I saw some comments, and there was a comment that actually caught my attention, where the lady was saying, what is there? Why are we giving ourselves problems? Even the Bible says that man is the head of the house. Whatever that comes from your husband's side, they are your head. So whatever you will do for your husband, you will do it for them. What is there? I will pack it now. I will pack everything. I will even ask them if they want more. I want peace, so I don't want. So if you tell that person that you are being abused, how do you think that person will respond? To me, to that comment, the person that made that comment, she is self-inflicting abuse on herself, because the day she stopped doing that thing, she just signed her own trouble certificate. So what you cannot take, what you will not continue with, don't take it from the beginning. There's supposed to be an open communication. We shouldn't live a marriage like we are in a slave camp, like we are in a slavery camp. We should enjoy the marriage. Why? I've not even seen anyone to give me a very good answer. Why is it that when we get married, things began to fall apart? Like, you are doing well when you are single, you are alone, living alone, or you are living with your family, but you have your own room. You go to work, you come back, they accord you with respect and all that. But the moment you get married, everything just changed. What happened? Have you gotten married to a monster that you cannot talk to, or what? What actually happened? Marriage is meant to enjoy. We're supposed to enjoy each other. We're supposed to enjoy every moment of it. But when those things are not happening, and you notice that the woman is bringing part of what is happening then into this thing, and the man is bringing part of what happened, picking the one that is favorable to him. The woman is picking the one that is favorable to her. I will advise that seek help. Go to marriage seminars. Myself and my husband, we do attend a lot of marriage seminars, and I can tell that it has really, really, really helped me in my marriage. Because not that I ask questions, but from questions that people were asking, from answers they are giving, I was able to, pick one or two things. My husband too, when we get up, he will say, "Oh, did you hear what that person said? Did you hear this question? Did you hear the answer? I think we should." And with the help of God, with prayer, with everything, we are coping. So when we see things like that happening, how we advise, go for good marriage seminars. Look for the one they are doing around. Even if it is an online seminar, attend. If you can't afford to talk to a counselor, attend an open seminar. With that, your orientation will change. You will know what is going on now. You will know how things are being done now. You will love your wife the more. You will love your husband the more. You will see that we are both one. We need to help each other. We need to support each other. Not that one will be, being Lord over another. I pray God will help us in Jesus' name.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the wonderful answer. Let me quickly call another card. Elta people, are we ready? Elta people. Elta 157-848-648-446844. 157-8486-4844-6844. I am going to call another MTN, but this one I will not type it on the comment, so you better be fast. I want to call another MTN 7315-3495-8241-98716. MTN 7315-3495-8241-98716. I wish you better of luck. That's MTN 500. Thank you so much, Tatoyi. That was awesome. That was awesome. But nowadays, I've got to understand that the counseling is in a different way, I said, because that was my observation, though there is changes now. Number one, men don't like to go for counseling. Especially people that are abused, both men and women that are abused. If you ask them to go for counseling, because they always right in their own thinking, in their own doings. Those are the attributes of people that are abused. It can be a woman, let's not forget, it can be a man. They're always right. They always know everything. and they don't take advice. So people that abuse, they don't like to go for counseling. How can we get them to move? Number two, that I have understand about counseling is that nowadays, it's not all, thank God for people that are now raising up. Most of the marriage counselors that we have, they put much effort in raising a girl, in raising a woman, how to live in their husband's house. They forget that it can only take two to tango. What if one is trying to make it work, another is not making it work? Nobody, no, a lot, like, let me say, I don't want to use percentage, but I can say 50-50, that 50% of the, it's not that, I'm not talking about professional counselors, that people that if you say we go open counseling, like listening to marriage seminars and co, 50% are based on what women should do, how women should do, who is raising our mind? Who is raising our boy? All these things start from home. And I used to say, I said, women, we are the problem in the first place. Somebody, when I said this, somebody said, this is what I mean. When I say woman is the problem, you have a boy, you have a girl. You mentally train the girl that, what are you doing in the parlor? You are meant for the kitchen. You didn't tell the boy how to cook because you are the boy of the house. No, boys don't do that things. I don't know if you hear those languages before. What are you doing? Boys don't do that. That is meant for girls. We don't. So that's why I say women, sometimes we are the problem. How are we training our boys? Because these today boys will become men of tomorrow. Whatever the boys, they tend to cling to their mother, listen a bit to their mother, is wired like that. So when you impart something to them when they are young, they will understand it. The abuser don't want to go for counseling. How can we go take them to counseling? Most of them that abuse, they don't listen to advice as well because they believe they know it all. They know it all. Let me quickly do shout out. Sorry. Shout out. Oh my goodness. My mommy is watching us today. Shout out to my mom. Yes, she's my mom. She's qualified to be my mom. She has been there for me, and she has been one of the people that God used when I first moved to the United Kingdom. Mommy Mary Oluwafunke Oluwashola. Thank you so much, ma. I really appreciate. Thank you for watching me. Question is there for you. So, but let me, Sister Esther, I'm coming back to you. Let Sister Tony quickly give us a brief answer on how to get an abuser to go for counseling or listening to advice. Then I will come to your question.
Thank you, ma. There are so many ways we can get our partner to go for counseling. If there is no how you will be married to someone that you will not know that person, except for those that they bind their eyes, and when they open it up, they are already in their husband's house. So they may not know who they are. Maybe they are those people who they are. But to say you are married someone, before you can say at least you will know a bit about the person. What kind of person do you get married to? Is it the type that love listening to people? If it's the type that doesn't listen to people from day one, doesn't listen to even to his own parents, it will be very difficult to say, let's go for counseling. Let's go, because he or she will believe that maybe you've gone behind him or her to come and attend a counselor that will now be saying something to favor you. But you can, it's either you can put it to him or her. Do you have any counselor that we can, I just feel we should attend a counseling session, so that we can know how to handle our marriage better? Or you don't love me, I love you, and I want to make this marriage work. I don't want our children to grow up and be witnessing all this. It's tiring. Let's just do something about it. If he says, I don't have any counselor, or the woman says, I don't know anybody, I say, okay, but I think I know one. Are you willing to go? You say it out of love, not that you just put your hand in your waist and say, we need to go for counseling. We need to go for counseling. You need to dress up. Let's go. That man will not follow you. Oh yeah. The man is saying, but I think you need to attend. You need to attend the counseling session. Which woman will dress up and say, let's go? But out of love, you say it. and you let that man realize the reason why there's need for counseling. I believe a reasonable man will want to hear, you can say it in such a way that that person will think that you are on his or her side. But when you get there and the person already know that it's not that it's somebody you have known before, is a neutral person, they will say something that that will pinch him. He or she may not say it, may not react for you to know that he or she is being pinched, but you begin to see changes little by little, little by little. But if that person is the type that no matter what you do, they will not follow you. That is why we have CD player for those who are in Nigeria. We have DVD, we have audio CD. Buy them. Buy those marriage seminar recorded one. They are selling it. If anybody invite you for a marriage seminar, if your husband says he's not going, if your woman says she's not going, dress up, look beautiful, look handsome, and go. When you get there, get a copy of those CDs. Or go to all these bookstores. You will see them there. Buy as many as you want. If you are experiencing financial abuse in your home, buy the one that dealt with finance in marriage. You don't have to come home now and show, I bought something, an antidote for you. He will just break it. If that person is, he will just break it. But what you can do is, you already bought it. That is what I will do, because I'm looking for a solution in my marriage, right? I will buy that CD, keep it in my bag, and maybe it's on Saturday. I know my husband is always relaxed. It's that Saturday I will start doing my environmental cleaning. And that cleaning will start in my sitting room. Or if my husband is the type that loves laying on his bed on that Saturday morning, I will make sure that before that Saturday, I've already placed a CD player, or carefully, if we have TV and a CD player in our room, I would have done it maybe 5 or 6 days before that time. I'll be using it to play love music or be listening to, so that he will not, know that I'm bringing something in, right? I'm looking for solution. What works for you may not work for me. I will buy a CD or something, or I get it and put it in the room or wherever I know that he loves taking his time, right? I will put it there. So the day I want him to listen to that thing, I will play it and I will start doing environmental in that same place. So both of us are listening to it. He will not know that it's because of what had happened or because of what I've been noticing. That is why I bought those things. I will not play it once. So when we are going to bed again, as I didn't listen to that very well, I will play it again. That thing will now be playing in his subconscious mind. In fact, he will have dream with those things. I am telling you, because my husband did it. My husband did that thing for me. I'm the type that I used to talk. I can talk, man. I can talk. If I see anything, if something is bothering me, I will start. I will start from introduction. I will end it with, I will talk. And the man will just be looking at me. One day, we went for marriage seminar. We just got married. And I didn't know that he bought the CD. He kept it. Then on Saturday, he used to do house cleaning on Saturday. That's what he used to get himself, relax when we every Saturday morning back home in Nigeria. My mother just slotted the thing into the CD. As the man was talking, it's as if somebody was cooking me with fire. I could not say anything. I was listening. I will go, I will come. I can't off the thing. I will go, I will come. I will look. My husband is not saying anything. He's not moving anything. He's not doing anything to make me feel like he purposely played that thing for me. It was later, almost a year later, said I purposely bought it for you. And I know that since then that you heard from those people, you stopped doing it. And I appreciated it, because he could see that this thing, if it's not well taken care of, can lead to something bad. So what works for you may not work for me. If going to a physical counselor will not work, get the one that they can listen to. If the one that they can listen to could not work, get the one they can watch. But make sure you do it when they are most relaxed. There is no man that can be rigid in both ways. When a man is at his best behavior, when a man is at his best mood, we get things done. When a woman is in her best skin, I've seen some men that because they want to talk to their woman, they will take her out on a dinner date. They will plan a dinner date with her. They will go for that dinner. They will not say anything. They will just eat. They will enjoy. Everybody will be happy. But when they get back home in the night, the man will wake her up and say, "We need to talk." The woman will be relaxed now. A man that has pampered me, maybe I've ate pepper stale and all those things. I will want to hear what, and when he talks, there will be this reflective mode that will, come over you. You will want to. There is no, they are not those abusers. They are human too. It's just that we need to know what is their weak point. We can get through them, through that weak point, and with the help of God, with prayer, because we should not take everything out of God. It is God who has created us. He created us, is our maker. He has our manual. As you are making steps, you are praying as well. And I pray that God will help us in Jesus' name.
Let me quickly cut you because of our time. Let me cut you. Today is just an introduction to abuse. We are still going to talk about type of abuse we have, and we are going to pick them one by one to deal with them. So don't worry, today is just an introduction. Let me quickly go to Sister Esther comment. Okay, Brother Femiton said the woman lost his wife. I think it was when you were talking about the woman that died. Sorry about that. Sorry. So the sister said, please, I have a question concerning man that bring part of what happened then into the marriage, e.g., like bringing culture into marriage. It's about the tradition. Woman must do this and that for the husband because that's how the culture plays it to be. How do we correct such a man or make them to do it? Let me read all the questions together, ma. Yes, so foundation really matter. Don't start what you can't finish. That is a very, very important thing. Don't start what you can't finish. What about men that doesn't like to attend seminar? I think Sister Tonya have just dealt with that at all. How can we encourage them to attend?
You are muted, ma. I can't hear you, ma.
Yes, ma. Please, ma, answer Sister Esther's question. Please, please, I have a question concerning man that bring part of what happened then into the marriage.
Okay, ma. Yeah, like we have said, any man that loves bringing what happened in the past into the marriage is two things. It is either, or let me say three things. It is either the man or bringing. It's either the man already experienced such while growing up. Maybe that was what was in practice in his home, and he doesn't want to let go of that part because it's favorable. Because if it is not favorable, he won't bring it into the marriage. It's favorable to him. Like, okay, in the olden days, it's the woman that will cook. The man is not doing anything. Look at it very well, because me, I like to be practical. If a man wants to prove to me that in the olden days, it's the woman that looks after the kids, it's the woman that cook, and it's the woman that clean, yes, I will do it too. But I will take you back to the olden days too. It is the man that provides for the home. A man that does not provide for his own home is worse than an infidel. That is what the word of God says. Me, I will bring the word of God and I will bring the olden days together for him. That you have to make a provision. Like I will not do anything other than cooking for you. You have to provide that food. Make sure everything is in the house. And I will cross my leg like olden days too. I will give birth to your child and I will look after your child. Right? And I will cook and you will eat. And I will clean the house. Nothing more. If you want to eat, yeah, you want us to live in the olden days. But I can't be working. I'm not feminine. I can't be working. You are working and you expect me to do everything. I can't. No. A man that brings what happened then into the marriage, like culture, I mean, what is it? Like bringing culture into the marriage. It's about the tradition. Woman must do this and that for the husband. Like what and what? I hope finance is not part of it, because in olden days, our women then, they don't give. We didn't. Did you see that in olden days it's the woman that gives men money? No, the men, they will go and do farming. They will bring the farm produce. They will sell cocoa. They will do everything. In fact, they will give everything to their wife. Their wife is just to stay at home, manage the money, cook, take care of the children, clean the house. And that's why you can see that then our mothers, they can have 12 children. They can have 10 children. They are not under pressure. So I can't be in modern marriage and you expect me to be living like an olden days woman. If that is what you want, if that is the way you want it, I'm ready to give it to you, but you are ready to do your own part. You will not expect me to bring anything. You will not fold your hand like you've gone out of the house. You didn't make any provision. And then you are coming back and you are proving to me in olden days. Really? Olden days care. In this our modern age, yes, we should love our husband still, because love covers all things. But don't get me wrong. If you are doing it like, okay, I don't want, Bible says we should love our husband. Bible says we should be submissive. Even if they go, what is this popular passage in the Bible? Proverbs 31, that says that the husband stays with the headers at the gate, and the woman is in the house doing everything. Don't forget, the woman has maids. Go and read it very well. She had maids that are doing it together for, and not that she's the only one. So don't bring Proverbs 31 to my table and says God says we should be humble. Can it be a Proverbs 31? Go and study Proverbs 31 very well. You will see that it talks about the woman having maids. So she's not the only one doing it. That is why the husband can sit at the gate with the elders. But you are there, you are feeling the part of the Proverbs 31 that says that the man sits at the gate with the elders. You don't make provision at home. You don't do anything. You don't give her money. You don't take her to salon. You don't do any. You don't pamper her. There is nothing, and you are proving olden days, Gani. It cannot work. That woman is definitely in an abusive marriage, and it needs to be addressed. See, there is no situation that is happening in a marriage that you cannot talk about, no matter how heavy it is. He's a man, you are a woman. Blood is flowing through your vein. I mean, both of you talk before you agree to get married. So what happened? Why can't I look at...
Calm down, ma.
Why can't I look at my husband's eyes? I'm sorry, ma, but the thing just vex me. So,
I want you to come down. You are still coming back. Let me quickly call card. I know by the time I call card, you will have sipped a glass of water. Because the way you are going, I need to carry it down. People, MTN 500 naira. MTN 500 naira. 0924 299 95 72 64 8454. 0924 299 9572648454. Best of luck to anybody that won it. Let me quickly call another Elta card 1323 8185 25001 987 1323 8185 25001 1987. Best of luck. That question really bring the woman, the feminists or activists. I don't know. That's what they call it. Because these days, sometimes when I talk, they say that I'm being feminist. But you know, who you wear the shoe, know where it pains. And if you ever witness somebody crying on your shoulder on the issue of an abuse, you will be like Sister Tony is today. If you have ever experienced the story of some men, the story of some men, then you will know that the issue of abuse is not something we could talk about. I've rather said, Sister Esther, there is this bridge that we need to deal with. Until we deal with that bridge, trust me, the statistic has said that the increase in marriage divorce, separation is getting higher every day. And people that are not even married are even scared of marriage. But marriage is supposed to be a thing of joy. It's an institution created by God. It's thing we need to enjoy. It's not the thing. Marriage is not to manage. It's not for enjoyment. It's for enjoyment. So when your marriage turns to manage, then there is trouble. When the things you're supposed to enjoy turn to endurance, then there is problem in marriage. There is this bridge that we really, really need to deal with. But because of our time, Sister Tonya, I know you are really, really upset, and I just say that to calm you down. Calm down, mommy. So don't let us, because I know this issue of, I'm trying to control myself and laugh. It's not, I told you it's not an easy thing. It's not a thing we can joke with. It's not a thing, because so many people have lose themselves. It's not about dying alone. Some people have lose their value, their respect, who they used to be, who they aspire to be, or their dream, their vision, what they want to become in the process of abuse. In the process of abuse. So please, Sister Esther, to get man that still want to need to live in our father's time and our time. There is nothing wrong in that time. One thing, please, disclaimer, we are not saying as a wife, your duty is to respect your husband. Your responsibility is to let your husband lead. But I always said it on this show, submission is not stupidity. When the Bible says you should submit, the Bible don't say you should be stupid. So when you see that you've lost the value, some people's self-esteem, they are so good. You see them doing well in their career, but immediately they enter marriage, something changed. They are other side of themselves. So this thing is there. Nobody is alone. This person is not alone in this situation. This bridge, it takes a very secure man, a very responsible man, a helped man. I'm not even saying secure. The one that God has helped to be able to jump that bridge. So if you are still if your husband or your wife is still in that generation and hasn't jumped that bridge, trust me, you will be experiencing a lot of things. And I pray the Lord will help us. Stephanie, please, I want you to round up for tonight. Next week, we will come back and continue. Shout out to everybody that is watching us. Shout out to everybody. I cannot see you here because of the software we are watching, but I see that we have a whole lot of viewers. I can only see people that comment. Thank you so much, everybody that is watching us. We really appreciate it. Sister Tony, please round up for us for tonight. We are coming back next week.
Thank you, ma. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you, everyone, for watching us today. I just want to say something like decision. And what is that decision? We must both have that mind that this marriage must work no matter what. You know, if you are in an abusive relationship or in an abusive marriage, please seek help. Determine if you really love that man, if you really love that woman, and maybe, nature is taking its own toll, or bringing is taking its own toll, lack of communication and all that, they are, forming together and is resulting in an abuse. Please seek help. Speak up. Speak up. Don't die in silence. There are a lot of people out there who are ready, who can, can put their shoulders down for you to cry on. Like I have people I call when I'm not, in my right frame of mind. when things are not really working, when I feel like I needed someone to talk to. Don't be rigid. Don't say you know it all. As a man, as a woman, know when you need to talk. Know when you need to talk. Know when you need help. Don't bottle everything in. We've seen a lot of people who are dropping dead inside train station, bus station. We have seen people who are sleeping and they don't wake up. I'm not saying that it's as a result of what they are passing through in their marriage, but it can contribute to it. There are so many underlying health conditions that we cannot afford to have high blood pressure with it. So please, if you are going through an abusive situation, or you don't even know whether it's an abuse or not, talk to people. From there, they will be able to look at it and tell you whether it's you that need to improve on some area, or it's the husband that needs to improve on some area, or whether you have been abused. And if you have been abused, divorce is not an immediate solution. There are a lot of things you can do to bring the marriage back to the lovely start. I believe that before you say I do, before I say I do, there is something you found in that woman. There is something you found in that man that gives you hope, that gives you the brighter future, that gives you that, feeling that I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. So if those things are now fading away, you have a lot of responsibility to do to bring it back. It's normal to experience ups and downs in marriage, in relationship. But when it's now leading to an abuse, that is when you need to find solution. And solution starts from when you start speaking up. When you start saying your mind, when people know what you are going through. Because if a child does not raise his or her hand up, the parents may not know that it's time for them to pick that child up. So please, I beg you, and I'm encouraging us, please, if you are going through an abuse, or you don't even know whether it's an abuse, you can't even know who you are anymore, you have lost your self-respect, you've lost your sanity, you don't even know anything that is going on again, seek help. Talk to people, and I pray that you will find the right help in the name of Jesus. Thank you so much. You are muted, ma.
Oh, thank you so much, Shua. Sorry, I didn't know I was muted. Thank you so much, Shua. Thank you. God bless you. 500 naira Elta, please let's know this one. 1180-923-582-422-905. 1180-923-582-422-905. Best of luck. Thank you so much. Today we just started the series talking about abuse. Abuse is wide and there's a lot of things to talk about abuse. And abuse is real. Abuse is real. Abuse is real. And abuse is definitely going on. And that is why you always say that every family are passing through. When they are started advising you, every family has their own. Endure it like that. Somebody is beating you. They are telling you it's every family. Cover the shame of your husband. Cover the shame of your wife. But you are dying silently. Seek for help. Please. Please, your mental health is very important. Remember your children in this. Don't let anybody tell you, this is not this. You remember your children. Seek help from God and from human being. God will help you, but God will send an angel to you. Go for counseling. Go everywhere. And if you are being physically abused, run first. When you run to where you want to run to, pray and seek counsel. The Lord will help us. Next week we'll be coming back. We'll be breaking down each aspect of abuse. Shout out to my mom, my biological mommy. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, it's a great advice. We've learned a lot today. Our sister Esther said, God bless you, ma. Thank you, ma. God bless you too. Owen Sims also said, God bless you, ma. God bless you too, my brother. Thank you so much, everybody that joined us. We really appreciate you. Please help us share. We are here because you are always here for us. And we are also learning as well. Trust me, we are learning. And this will be a blessing. We are always saying share, because that we know that this will also be a blessing to someone. This will also be a blessing to someone. So by the time you share, you are doing them favor. Some people don't know they are being abused. They don't even know the meaning of abuse. But they are just saying, they say we should endure it. They say we have to stay there. At least I'm the worker in the church. My pastor must not hear. My bishop must not hear. My grandfather must not hear. My grandmother. It's not even about any of them. It's about what will my friends say. That woman, they're always looking at me. If you hear that my marriage has broken, there will be trouble. Trust me, you will rather have a broken marriage and leave than to hold on in that marriage and die. Speak to people, talk to counselors that are professional. I said online, you can see free professional marriage, certified marriage counselor. If you cannot talk to your pastor, you cannot talk to counselors around you, online they don't necessarily have to know you. You can give them fake name. They will advise you in the right direction. May God be with us. May God keep our hope. We want families to work. We want marriages to work. We don't want to hear separation left, right, and center. So the Lord will help us to keep our marriage, uphold our family to the end. And by the special grace of God, the Lord will continue to protect us, guide us. He will keep his eagle eyes on us. We shall meet next week. But before next week, remember to share. Tell somebody about this program. And God bless you. Let's dance. Sorry if you don't hear Yoruba. Just dance to the beat. Sorry, I just remember. Shout out happy birthday to Sister Temi, Princess Temilade Odeyemi, Temi Praise. Shout out happy birthday. Sorry, I just remember. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much. We love you. That's me. I have a father. Hey,